Okay, so we should be back online now, guys. Not sure though, but I think you might be able to see this again. But I just got raped. Let me just check if we're back online. I have no idea. Oh my god, the fucking Skype invites. G fucking G! Okay, so we are. I believe we're back online. I'm not sure, guys. We're gonna rewind until we see that first blood. Thank you to whoever DDoSed me. Okay, so we just rewinded to just see some more shit. Froggen going down, pulling everything he had, going in for the flash ignite, and getting that first blood. Pretty solid play. We talked about that Riven being strong, but hey, he is up against Froggen and he got him down. Yeah, I might just leave sub mode on. But I really want to see all you guys in the chat. I enjoy it. This is why I'm here. Oh, the hook coming out from Edward on that Jinx, and my camera swaps top. Stop doing that. Exhaust being popped out here by this Sona on freeze. Really not doing anything other than keeping Vayne off of him. Froggen DDoS. Come on, guys. That's all. Get some new shit online. Just poking back and forth. Wow, I have to get back into this game after that DDoS. So let's see, 48k to 43k. It seems like the super team just changed strategy. We've seen a lot of consistent champions coming out of the champion pool lately. But right now, Lissandra, Zed, Vayne for that matter, and Jarvan is just champions we haven't seen them play yet. But so far it's looking good. Froggen already picking up a kill on that set. Gonna give him a huge advantage, hopefully being able to pick up more kills. Fix scoreboard? What the hell? Well, the scoreboard is fine on mine. Or is it? What the fuck? The scoreboard is fine. I don't know what you want. So let's see. We have Riven coming up again, not looking very strong. Froggen throwing out a lot of harass. Red Pot being really effective in this mid lane, just poking him out. Jinx always being dropped down as he goes down with Vayne, just having too much damage on those silver bolts, and Ignite coming out from Edward, being able to just finish off that kill. So 1-0 for Edward. I'm sorry if you're like, guys, my internet connection is not the best and some dipshits are spamming my IP. RP skin code. Not gonna happen. But stick around, I think the lag should go away by itself. I'm not Twitch partner, so I cannot make you able to turn down the quality. A follow will help me get this show, so go for it. So, JWoww putting up some pressure in the top lane, being 33 last. I'm just gonna arrange his champions. I got set back behind this game a bit after this DDoS, so excuse me while I fix this. There we go. Yeah, Sprout is from Denmark, that's true. Hey, oh my god, I'm wild. So, Zed really just putting a lot of pressure on this Riven. This was a skill matchup in the first couple of levels. Pulling out that death mark, is it going to be enough? The Ignite goes out, and surely the Zed death mark finishes off Riven. That first blood put him far ahead, gaining him that level 6 before Riven could even get his level 5. And a level 4 versus a level 6 Zed is not going to be good for the purple team in this match, as Zed can just keep rolling over that Riven and snowballing from that. I expect to see a lane swap or something coming out of the purple team, because Riven is not going to have a lot of fun against a 40 farm Froggen with 2-0 right now. Yeah, the Raven is a mod almost anywhere. That's because he's freaking good at it. A hook coming out of Edward, hitting the enemy Sona. Shook, landing a good EQ combo on that Jarvan, and Vayne comes in there with the solo boats to pick up the kill. Jinx throwing out some good damage on Vayne, but it's not going to be enough to scare them off. And Sona will go down to freeze this time and not his support. Looking a strong bot lane right here. Zed is able to do it all by himself, and as usual, JWoww is doing great top lane, sitting on a lot of pots. Another hook coming out of Edward. This is why I wanted to see him on that fresh, because those hooks are amazing. And that condemn from freeze almost saved the enemy Jinx, but that last auto attack just finishes him off and gives him a 2-0 on Vayne. These are all really, really great champions to get kills on. Of course, any champion is good to have a kill on, but especially people who want to snowball like Zed and Vayne, getting kills early game is surely going to get him a big lead early game. And gonna make them able to snowball. We see Shook being down there 2 times, picking up a kill every time. I expect we can see pink wards coming out of Edward on this Thresh to make Jarvan just able to dive this bot lane over and over again. Jinx not having the best escapes in the game. Jarvan ultimate will be a beast in the bot lane at level 6. Nace is coming up there with the slow. JWoww just does not care about this. Using that E from his Lissandra can take him out of anywhere. Jack's not being able to deal any damage. Of course, if he's going in there to trade HP for last, it's not going to be a problem. Ultimate popped out, Ignite as well. He goes all in with his Q. Not going to be in range for the W to slow him down. The auto attacks is trying to get out. Show me that top lane, and he just walks away from JWoww. Froggen going in with that death mark. Is it going to be enough? Ignite gets popped down. Riven pops ultimate. That flash was perfect. Just barely dodging that Riven ultimate, saving him. And the Ignite finishing off Riven. 60 last hits to 28. 3-0 Froggen already. This is not a fun lane for Riven. Oh, this guy is a poor live streamer. I'm a poor live streamer. So 3-0 on this set, 65 last hits. He's really, really sitting. Dude, you need to stop swearing. I'm swearing? Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. Edward making a great hook on Jinx, catching her back in, getting stunned up against that wall. Freeze was just standing still with the exhaust. Not gonna be able to do anything off of this hook. Yes, you're swearing. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna stop. Zed just recalling in here. 3-0, 73 losses. Let's see what comes out. I can expect Froggen here to go for Blade of the Ruined King. We see Boots being picked up as well as the Vampiric Scepter for some lane sustainability. We know Froggen likes to farm, so he can surely do that with that Vampiric Scepter. And it will make him even more efficient in the trades and alongside. So let's see Riven drop some bows as he's gonna go in there with that death mark. That is gonna be deadly. Going straight away in there. Oh, taking 50% HP with just one poke. I get it, I perceive swearing. Drop bows on him. I like that one. Yeah. JWoww doing what I've been saying all night he's doing the best, is just putting so much pressure on that top lane, forcing that Nasus to really be up there or lose that tower or lose Jax. And here we go with the Lantern going back on Jax. Riven being dropped down in mid lane. We're not going to look at this, we're going to look at bot fight. Jarvan going in there with the ultimate. This is why I wish I was in the LCS so we could replay this. That cleanse being popped out. We're not going to get taken down by Nasus. Red buff barely getting out. Going back in, Shook sacrificing himself for Edward, but it's not going to be enough. Nasus can still just pick him out. As Freeze is the only one walking away there alive. This was a fairly good fight for the purple side as they got 2 kills here. Not worth it for our super team. Who's the top laner? JWoww is the top laner. The ultimate is going to be popped out up here by JWoww. Almost taking down the Jax. Will the auto attacks be able to do it? He pops the dodge. But in the last second, JWoww gets his Q up. Just able to finish off Jax. So close that he could get away. But he went back in for that kill. Expecting Lissandra's cooldown to be a little longer, but not close enough.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
How is this a super team when I don't even know 3 of the players? It doesn't matter who they are. What matters is their plan. This is from a Reddit post. Don't take my word for it. This is from a Reddit post. Froggen, Freeze, Edward, JWoww, and Shook, which are really good players. Deathmark coming out by Froggen, almost being able to finish off with the Ignite. Riven barely lives, still ticking from the Ignite, but it's not going to be enough. Their top laner should be JWoww. JWoww. Playboy Hannah, aka Shook, warding inside the base there. Froggen trying to desperately get that mid tower, but Nace's slow is so good. Riven popping that ultimate is not going to be enough. Shook coming in there just to knock up that Riven, get that ultimate out of the way, able to Froggen, enabling Froggen to get a kill. That red buff on Jinx is going to hurt as Freeze tries to get away, but he goes for Edward instead, who gets dropped down by Jinx's skill shot. Froggen is God. Yep, 5-0 Froggen on that set. I like that he pulled out that set. I like him on Assassins. He's so good at putting that early pressure. And since this team is going for a lot of early pressure, especially with Shooks, out of nowhere. Shook doing a lot of early pressure, using mobility boots on a lot of champions. He's going to put so much early pressure that set is going to be really good at getting these early kills and then just steamrolling the lane. Hereby being Riven, going 0-5 within 13 minutes. Looking pretty bad for our non-super team. 5-0 mid laner must be Froggen. It's confirmed. Jinx going back here. As we see our bot lane, Edward Freeze lose mid tower yet again. It's not that uncommon. I've only seen 5 games, but it's not that uncommon that they lose bot tower the first. They've been doing so good in that bot lane, but Jinx has every time been able to just poke them out of that lane and go for that tower so fast. Mace is coming up there, trying to get that E out, just barely gets it off after the stun is out, using ultimate on himself. J-Ro is just trying to make them stay up there for as long as possible, almost walking out there, but Jax flashes instead of waiting for Leap Strike there to just secure that 1 kill. When the score is 9-3, you just really want to get those kills, so... Returning to a 9-4, 21,000 to 17k gold. It's a lot of gold lead for blue team right now, and a lot of the money is being put out on Froggen right now, and a 2-0 on Freeze, having a lot of kills. Let's see if Edward can land a hook here, almost coming out. Shook just being a bully with that double buff, saying, I have a red buff, you're Jax, you're not getting away. A great ultimate coming out as Nasus is trying to finish him off, but he has no mana. Immediately realizing that he will not be able to catch Shook, having those boots as well, he could just walk out of there. Yeah, J4 Shooks. Deathmark coming out, taking down Riven once again. In the start we were talking about big set plays, Riven is hard in lane, but it seems like it's no difficulty for Froggen. 6-0 already, picked up that Blade of the Ring King. It seems like he just picked down that Riven on cooldown, no matter what. More shadows. Some great harass being put down on Freeze here by this Zona. Jinx Zona has been a pretty popular lane in the games we've been watching, and they have been really good at picking down Freeze and Edward down here. Froggen throwing in some damage alongside with J-Ro, trying to put some damage on the mid tower. Not going to be able to do that. Nasus defended it quite bravely. I was reading the chat there for a second. We see Freeze flashing up there, getting into the brush, the Silver Bells, and another auto attack is just able to finish him off, no problem. What is it? You don't want colorblind mode? I don't even know where to turn that off. I'm going to turn that off in a second. Popping that cleanse to just get out of that CC, able to pick up the kill on Zona, but just barely dying to the tower. You cannot change the quality because I'm not a Twitch partner. I am sorry, but I am not famous. Don't tell your mom. So Jarvan just trying to throw out some damage on Jax. Not going to be able to. He's not going to go for that lantern from Fresh. is showing some confidence, baiting him up to Frog and throwing out that death mark, almost being able to kill him without even the death mark getting off as... Oh, wait, what? I'm dropping frames? No, I'm not. 0.0% frames dropped. Froggen just roaming that mid lane again. We know how he's not fond of leaving that mid lane, and he surely isn't going to do it now. But will it be a mistake as Jinx comes in there alongside with Nasus? Almost going to be able to pick him up. That ultimate from Jinx! Froggen tries to get away, but that shadow is not enough as Jinx ultimate goes in there to finish him off. Riven chasing out Shook here. Is it going to be enough? Going back there, you cannot get Shook. He will outplay you and jump in there like a man. Dropping down the ultimate and... Riven, please. Why are you chasing a guy who can kill you 3 times before you hit the ground? Shook had every intention of killing him right there. He was never afraid to run away. He was just baiting him into the brush to make a show for the camera. As that Riven just gets dropped down. Pushing back the bot turret. Edward and Freeze still not haven't been able to take out the bot turret. So we're seeing a lot of games, Lissandra trying to take that one, going to Jax. They might be able to get the bot turret here. It's still... Yeah, it's going down here for sure. Vayne having that Blade of the Wind King seal is a lot of damage. Sona, Crescendo being dropped out. It's not going to be enough. Lantern gets dropped, but Freeze is staying there to fight, grabbing the Lantern, going out. Edward making a great hook, but Freeze is not going to go in on it. They don't have the damage to finish off Sona fast enough, and Jinx surely has the damage alongside with double buff to finish off Edward and Freeze with no problem.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed. Team double kill.
And down goes Froggen while we're not playing. While we're not playing, while we're not viewing. I wasn't viewing. Shook's going in there just to try and cause some commotion, trying to save Jaywo as he gets out of there, but he will surely fall down himself as Jax is gonna make that stun come out. Will he get out of there? The Flash is going after him. So close to leap striking, but those mobility boots just kicked in and he is gonna get out. That was a great play from Shook right there, just getting Jaywo out in safety by making everyone chase him instead. Shook and his mechanics, they are uncomparable, uncomparable, I don't know, incomparable. I'm gonna go with uncomparable. I'm not dropping any frames. I'm not Twitch partner and I'm streaming on a shit server, so... Down goes the ward for our super team and their blue buff. Unparalleled, that's what I wanted to say. Thank you. But Shook mechanics is just amazing. Getting a teammate out of there and still surviving himself, baiting 3 people to change him, that was beyond reach. Yeah, 7,300 viewers, but I've never had this before. My usual viewership is around 2 people. I'm so sorry, people. Follow me and I don't know. The death mark gets popped out. Going in for a lot of damage, drop all the shadows, and in one big horror gore scene, this Riven just splats out and falls to the ground, being 0-9 right now. Yeah, he's just fucking good, that's true. Thank you, TMT Hunter. You look like Froggen, are you his brother? And no, I'm not Froggen's brother. I don't know Froggen. I've met him 2 times. That's it. Froggen picking up blue buff here. Non-carrying. Shook, you're not gonna get that blue buff. I'm gonna make the plays. But hey, regening energy. That's gonna be good with that blue buff. But at this point, we just see how this super team shines and how last game was just one big mistake. Yet again, they're almost at 10k goal lead. 18-7. Kills and Froggen just walking into the lane. He doesn't care. And I'm not Santa Claus. Oh, Twitch chat, you silly goose. Yes, Froggen has some amazing set control right here. Controlling those shadows is just something you gotta master if you want to master set. And Froggen has shown some great skill in here, getting that early kill with the help of JWoww. Not on first blood, he did that alone, but later on JWoww just made him snowball, so now he can pretty much one-shot anyone he wants in the enemy team with that death mark coming out. Fresh lantern shielding everyone with that beautiful championship color. JWoww popping his ultimate, catching out Riven, going to a 7-10 right now. They're not being very polite to this one. Froggen dropping his death mark on Jax, trying to catch him down, going down to the leap strike. Mace is trying to slow them out, almost getting dropped down. Edward gets kicked off by Jinx here, as Freeze will fall down as well. Jinx is causing so much trouble. You need to take them down, guys. Shook going in here, being able to finish them off. Yet again, we see Shook and JWoww running around together, just being able to just annihilate the enemy team with amazing outplays. As the flag goes down. Oh, that was... Poor Nasus. Dog just wants to kill. He might be able to land that E. And down goes JWoww. That was so close. Farms the mid lane as he's confident that the enemy team is back. Or right now we are looking at a 9k gold lead. 5 towers to 1 tower. Our super team is looking strong, and it's yet another stomp game. I'm having a hard time finding things to talk about that the enemy team can do to come back, because their mid laner is just not in this game right now. Only being able to stun as the only utility to provide to the team. But Jinx is actually looking really strong right here, and I think our super team underestimated Jinx in the last fight as they didn't go for her, and we saw Froggen popping out his death mark, trying to get down Jax, really not succeeding as he died himself onto tower, getting that tower aggro. But they need to go... French, yes. But they really need to get that Jinx down if they want to win more team fights. Nace is just dancing in there. They pretty much know this is almost about to be over. Edward landing an amazing hook here on the zone, and not going to be able to drop him down. Froggen going in all alone. With the shadow control, he can still get out. The death mark being popped out. Not going to be able to kill anyone. And the Jarvan ultimate just catching everyone out with the Lissandra. This is just a huge CC combo, as we see Zed can just go in there and annihilate a guy all alone. This is where we see the super team shine, but yet again they didn't get to finish off Jinx. Yeah, Shook is legit. That's a pretty. That's my description of Shook. Shook. That boy's legit. So down goes the mid inhibitor, allowing our super team to do pretty much whatever they want. Having that pressure mid lane is gonna be a lot of trouble for the purple team here. They can either go for the Baron without it being contested, hopefully, as the super minions will give them a lot of trouble mid lane, or just go for that top tower that's standing all alone out there. Lies, Faker doesn't use skins. Oh, you. Cyanide over Shook. Interesting comparison. I still think Shook is gonna do this better. If we saw Shook on a guy like Lee Sin, I think you would really reevaluate that statement, since Shook is probably one of the best junglers I've seen. Not due to, of course his mechanics are like beyond reach, but his early game presence is just amazing. Considering he always goes boots of mobility, he is pretty much anywhere on the map, anytime people need it. We really saw this when he was playing that Aatrox. Even though he couldn't be there straight away to help out his team, he could always be down there to get out that extra kill, just to make it even or worth for the super team. Edward being in there, ready to seal off anyway for that poor Riven, dropping down to a 0-12. As we see Jack's top lane just taking down that top turret without any problem. Yeah, Froggen's son. Yes. Here, they're just going in for that bot turret, as going for that Jinx. Froggen realizing that Jinx is the real problem. Deathmark getting popped out. Jinx is dropped down, and they can just condemn. Nasus up against the wall. No trouble picking those two out. Easy target. as Riven is already dead, going for that bot turret while mid is already being pressured. I expect GG calls to be called out here as they have 2 people on 20 seconds going for the Nexus. What we really saw shine in this team was beyond like frogging on his set, was really the Lissandra Jarvan combo. That was amazing to see how well those 2 players function together. If this is Javo and Shook, they can pull out some pretty amazing plays together, making some of those baits and some of those 2 versus 3 we saw on this team. And the game is out of here.